Hi everyone, and today I'm going to be giving you my top 5 reasons not to root your Android phone. So first on the list, number 5 is you could seriously mess up your phone. Now this is just like having administrator access on Windows. You can modify pretty much anything, and that could lead to some bad stuff. There's also some apps that might be taking advantage of stuff they shouldn't, sort of breaking down your phone, and it could leave you with a phone that just doesn't function, and it could be that way permanently. Now, in most cases, you just reinstall the ROM and you'll be okay, but there is still that risk out there. Moving on to number 4, and that is hackers. Now, if you're not letting your phone fall into the hands of other people very much, you probably won't be at risk. It's not like they can hack you over the internet or anything, but if a hacker has physical access to your phone, they can definitely get into some hidden menus on boot up and make some serious modifications. And a lock screen password will not protect you from this either, so just keep that in mind. Moving on to number 3, and that is the lack of carrier and manufacturer support. Now, some manufacturers will pretty much ask you to root their phone. They'll leave the bootloader unlocked and they'll provide the tools on their website. Others have it more locked down, but carriers definitely do not want you to do this. And you'll probably be going to the carrier when you want support on your phone. Maybe you'll be going to the manufacturer, but you likely bought the phone from the carrier, and that's where you'll be going for support. And they're not going to support you if your phone is rooted. They'll just blame the rooting process for any problems you may have. So you just want to keep that in mind. Moving on to number 2, and that is the lack of manufacturer and carrier updates. Now, sometimes carriers will push you an update over the air, and that means you can install it directly onto your phone without a computer. But if you're rooted, you will still get the notification in your notification bar, and you will not be able to update. It may fail. Sometimes it'll succeed, but if you have removed any of the carrier bloatware or anything like that, it's probably not going to succeed. So you need to keep that in mind and try out something like CyanogenMod so you can still get updates, give or take, but you're not really going to be getting updates from the carrier. Rather, you'll just be installing a more recent version of Android, and you'll sort of have your updates that way. Moving on to the number 1 reason you should avoid at all costs rooting your Android phone, and that is because rooting can get complicated. When I was rooting my Droid Bionic, I had a lot of hoops to jump through. I first had to have a Linux machine, I had to set up file sharing on my network, I had to use the command line, I had to change IP addresses and crazy stuff like that. This is complicated. It took me hours to figure out what my problems were. And when you're working in the command line, if you don't know what you're doing, you're going to put your folders in the wrong location and put files extracted, maybe not even extracting them successfully because you don't know the commands, but you are going to have serious problems and you just might not succeed. Now, given this didn't ruin my phone or anything because the files were never getting pushed to the phone anyway, so I didn't really run into any problems there, but you will get frustrated, and that is the number 1 reason you should just avoid rooting your phone. That's about it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon with another video.